of a test of the war eagles fighting a allosaur. And so, because for years...
Who making funny faces? Don't put your foot on the phone.
3 surviving war eagle puppets. And obviously the wings...
You're just making funny faces.
So this is a Willis O'Brien armature.
You crack yourself up, don't you?
So that's the wings, and this is the War Eagles. This is the Willis O'Brien project that never got made. Wonderful artwork, wonderful colour photos. We've got to shoot it in colour, but we never got funded. No one wanted to fund them, and never got made. They're great. Yeah. But even today, you get excited while you hear
I've been trying to keep up with all the fires that are happening in Tennessee because they're happening around Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. And growing up in southeastern Kentucky, that's where we took a lot of vacations, like weekend trips, stuff like that. A lot of times, like my family would go to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Well, driving there, we'd stop at Gatlinburg, spend the night, do a few things, and then drive on to Myrtle Beach. And I know the city of Gatlinburg burned, I think in the 90s. But that was, a lot of that stuff was rebuilt pretty quickly. It was mainly just shops and businesses and stuff like that. But this time, this is the mountains, and a lot of the stuff that's in the mountains. I know a lot of the cabins that I've stayed in the past are now gone. A lot of the places that I remember are gone. And some of the places, like, I kind of remember that place, I kind of don't. And then I saw, there's this one thing, I've never been to it, but when you drive by, every single time you are leaving Gatlinburg, you see it. And everybody, if you may not even know what it is, but it's called the Little White Chapel. And basically, I think it's a place that people go and like get like married or something. But it's just this little tiny. It looks like a church, but it's just a little tiny building. It's a cute little building, but I remember seeing that building most of my life, and this one of those things. It's like when you're leaving Gatlinburg, that's the last. Well, if you leave that direction, that's one of the last things you see. And I saw a picture. It showed it standing, and then another picture was engulfed in flames, and that really kind of hit me. And I was really worried about the aquarium. Not really that it get burned up, because if you look, it's pretty far away from the mountain. What I was mainly worried about there is the power going out, and then all the tanks and everything in the aquarium, not without power. It's not, the fish aren't going to last that long. But I know, I was talking with somebody, and they're like, "Oh man, if that aquarium gets on fire, it's not going to do anything. It's just nothing but water." And I'm like, the fire's not going to get to it. I was like, what the problem is power. He didn't understand that. I was like, okay, if the power lines go down and the building's without power, it's the same thing if you have a fish tank in your house and you have no power. It's the temperature of the water is going to drop. It's going to be out of the proper range. The oxygen in the water is going to drop. There's no filtration, and he was like, "Oh, but they got generators," and I'm like, "Yes, but how long will the generators last using that much power and that much fuel?" He's like, "Oh, they just put more fuel in it." In the middle of a fire? I mean, really? That was the thing. It's like, yeah, I wasn't worried about the fire burning the place down. I was more worried about the power issues. But yeah, there's so many buildings that I saw people posting pictures of that had burnt down. And it really makes me sad. Almost want to go to I'd like to go through and just look at everything to see what I was damaged, but I know there's a lot of relief effort and stuff like that going on, and I would like to participate in it, but at this point right now I can't. But I do think, I mean, hopefully everybody had fire insurance. Hopefully everybody will be able to rebuild and get things back up and running. Hopefully this will be, because right now this is going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of new construction going on, things like that. Because I mean, well, they're going to have to tear down any damaged stuff and rebuild it. Hopefully they'll rebuild, and that's going to put a lot of labor and things like that in the market. Hopefully this will be good for Gatlinburg. I hope that this gets, I mean, yeah, it's going to be like, oh, well, a lot of stuff is damaged and destroyed. A lot of things has been there for a very long time. But hopefully this got the name that people are like, wow, this little town. Maybe we'll actually want to like give it business or something like that. I don't know if that'll work that way, but I hope it does, because I've spent a lot of time there. I really enjoyed it as a kid. I haven't been there much recently. I think it's been a number of years since I've been there, but I always enjoyed Dollywood. And it's actually a place that when Adrian gets a little bit older, we want to take him, because it's a place that's close by that does have rides for kids his age. Well, maybe not his age right now, but really young kids. There's like little parks and stuff around that he could actually has rides that he could ride. I know my cousin, she is, oh gosh, how old is she now? Is she 20? I can't remember what year she was born, but I remember they took her really little and put her on this merry-go-round and this little train in Gatlinburg, or it's in Pigeon Forge, and it was always something like she really enjoyed it. I'd like to, and I really like hiking and camping and stuff like that, and that's something I would really want Adrian to do with me. That's something I would like. I mean, that's a place I would like. I've never actually been hiking in Gatlinburg or in Pigeon Forge. I'd really like to do it. And now a lot of the places have burnt down. It's really going to be like maybe a year or two before the forest and everything gets a chance to grow back, and you can actually go there and not be covered in soot and just like basically look like somebody's like you walked through ash, because that's what it's going to be for quite some time. But I think, from what I understand, this was arson. Somebody set this fire. I do hope they find the person that did it. Financially, they're not going to be able to pay for anything, but they do have a debt to society to pay, and it's just sad. A lot of people were hurt in this, and the heart goes out to them. I wish them the best, and hopefully have a quick recovery. I am way too sore right now. Went to the gym today. Went a little bit earlier than I normally do. And the stair stepper I normally use, both, they have two of them there, and both of them were taken up. So they had this other machine, but all the ellipticals were taken up. Most of the treadmills were taken up. And basically I went there way too early. I went there in the crowd that goes right after work. So I'm just like blanking for a second. They had this other machine. Is kind of weird. I'm not even sure how to describe it. Basically, it's like you had your stride, like had this little gauge on it. Like you stayed in this green area, it's like you're doing a stair stepper. You stayed in the yellow, it was like you're jogging, and you go to the red, it's like you're running. And I'm like, all right. So I went, like, I did it like I was running. And I just spent 20 minutes on it. And then I worked out my core and everything like that. And I was like, holy freaking cow, this thing actually has my legs sore now. Not like while I was working out, but like now that I'm home. I'm like, that, I mean, it's an okay machine. I don't know if it's where I was trying to do like I was running, so I was having a very long stride. Problem is, I have really short legs, so I'm not sure if I was actually like stretching too much, or so I'm not sure. But man, my legs are sore. I mean, I've spent like 45 minutes on a stair stepper before, and worked up a really good sweat and had my heart rate really good, but my legs never got sore. I don't know, maybe a combination of doing. Well, yeah, it is true. I did do 30 minutes on a stair stepper yesterday, and the leg day was yesterday. So maybe it's just that was just pushed me over the top of being sore today. I don't know. But I really enjoyed it. Worked my core, like back, back, stomach. The other core muscles. There's one machine that I don't like. Basically, you sit on it and you like you put your chest against these two pads and you twist your lower body. And that's one I normally do last. But I couldn't get on it because every single time somebody get off of it, I'd go to another machine, work out, like do like I did sit ups and I did these this where you basically lean forward on this one bench, you bend forward and you keep coming up like that. That's a very good description of it, I know. But and every single time, and the thing is, you do one side and then you do your other side. So you're on it you're on that machine for a little while. So one person used it, and then I was waiting when they got done. I was like, okay, and as soon as that person got off, somebody else got on it. This happened 4 times. I said, forget it. I'll skip it today, because basically I was sitting there just kind of just meandering around, just trying to get on the machine. I'm like, forget it. I'll do it next time before I do my other workout, and just things like that. Because there's only one of those, and it's during that time it's just way too crowded. I need to start going. I prefer going at like 8 o'clock to when like nobody's there. Oh gosh, I actually meant to talk about something about when I was working out. Oh, this is what I wore to the gym today. It's a workout shirt and everything. It's long sleeved, and I think I'd like this more for. I don't know if I was like, because I have an armband that I use with my cell phone. Well, this material is a little slick because it's made to wick sweat away and everything like that. And it's great at that. If that's what you want it for, it's great. This is probably something I'd wear hiking. But having that armband with my cell phone on it, it constantly slid down. It's just always sliding down. And so, but yeah, I was. I think I might probably use the short sleeve because I have a bunch of short sleeve shirts. So I'll probably wear those instead of this from now on. This I might put into my camping clothing, because when I go hiking, generally I like to wear, like even during the summer, I wear pants. I don't wear shorts because so many thorn bushes, the sun, things like that. It's like, don't you get hot? Yes, you do get hot, but I don't walk. When I go hiking, I don't take the trails that are a lot of people walk. I normally take the trails that are lesser known, that are a little more difficult, and they're not maintained generally by park services or anything like that. So it's just generally the people that know the path, that know that trail. It's like going to Cloud Splitter. It's a kind of a difficult trail to get to hike, and there are thorn bushes everywhere if you get off the trail. So what you do, so a lot of people do is they actually cut them back, but they grow pretty quickly. So if you're not paying attention, you're walking by, and if you have shorts on, you're going to be cut up. And because there's a lot of logs you got to crawl, there's a lot of things you got to crawl over, stuff like that, and it's just, yeah, not something I would recommend for somebody in shorts. I actually wear knee pads when I go hiking there, because you have, so there's, because it's actually things you crawl through. So yeah, I don't recommend working out in a really slick long sleeve shirt if you're going to use an armband for your cell phone. I mean, if I keep it in my pocket, it wouldn't be so bad, but as I'm getting up, standing out so much of these different machines, and you're in different positions, my phone would probably fall out and break, no my luck. So, yeah, don't recommend it.